Hello, I'm Andrew Wasson from CreativeGuitarStudio.com. Today, I'll cover an idea that can help every guitarist become a better musician. You know, when I first started learning guitar, I played for at least 7 years without learning what I'm about to show you today. And once I did learn this, things changed for the better right away. So whether you're songwriting or just learning songs for fun, today's idea will help you. After this, I do hope that you can join me for the second half of this lesson over on my Patreon page, where we're going to apply today's idea and use it to write a chord riff that's perfect for a verse or a chorus in a song. Do you want an amazing guitar book that's perfect for any guitarist at any level? Well, here's how to get yourself a copy of the Creative Guitar Studio Handouts Collection ebook. It's easy to do with any donation of $5 or more made on the CreativeGuitarStudio.com website. You'll instantly receive a copy of this 100-page guitar lesson ebook. It's jam-packed full of chords, scales, arpeggios, music theory, and technique drills. Join the thousands of guitar players who've already received their copy of this amazing lesson book. Just head to CreativeGuitarStudio.com/donations to donate and download your copy today. Each key in music has a series of chords that are constructed off of the steps of the key's notes. Now, most guitar players learn about this early on, but many don't know that these chords can be layered to produce options called chord substitutes, and that's what I want to look at with you here today. We're going to use the key of G major to do this, and the first thing I want to show you here is the foundation of everything. It's the G major harmony. In the key of G major, we have the chords of G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, and F sharp diminished. Now, that harmony, that 7-step harmony that takes us back to the root, has substitutes that you can utilize with it. Now, instead of going into the world of diatonic substitution, which is a different topic from what I'm going to be covering with you, what we're going to do instead is we're going to cherry pick a couple of different chords out of the key of G. We're going to, of course, focus on having the root. We're going to do these as triads, of course, too. We're going to have the G there, but we're also going to bring in, for our example, a B minor. And we're also going to bring in a D major. So that gives us the root chord, the 3 chord, and the 5 chord. Now, if we put those into a progression and just do a little bit of jamming with them, they sound nice. There's no problem with those chords at all to make progressions with them. All right, so there's a G, B minor, D major progression for you. What we're going to do, though, is a little bit different from here. Now we're going to, kind of cross over to a completely different road, different plane of thought with all this. We're going to take the G, the root of the key that we're in. We're going to maintain it in the bass. We're going to keep it there. And we're going to play those other chords under it. Now, if we just, sort of go with the first chord of G major, there's nothing different happening there. It's a G major chord. We got G major as a root in the bass. But if I play the B minor, but keep the G in the bass, we actually get a brand new chord out of that. It's called G major 7. So now I've gone from a G major triad in giving us our first chord of the key into converting it to a 7th quality chord. So we've expanded upon it, G major 7 now. If we take that D chord and we place G in the bass, we get something really unique happen. We get the G sus9. So we now have a suspended chord. We've got our G, our major 7th F sharp in there, the D is present, but we've replaced our B note with a suspension, and because we have a 7th present, we're going to call that G sus9. Now you notice, under all these changes, what's the constant? The G is always in the bass. And it creates a really well-connected sound to the progression. Now, believe it or not, I played for years and I didn't ever think of doing this. I had learned a little bit about harmony when I was starting out on guitar, and even in my courses over at CreativeGuitarStudio.com. In the intermediate guitar course right away, I start showing you harmony ideas, and then by the time we get to advanced, we're setting things up in more complex ways with 7th chord harmony, but it's still a fairly foundational idea. What's really different is putting the chords of the key in a sense of triads underneath a bass note. Now, the first time that I was shown this, I was actually shown it in a much simpler way than I actually went over with you here. I'm going to also give you a heads up on that one too. Imagine taking this G, just sliding it up to an A, but instead of playing the A there and doing the same group of chords again, have the open A resonating down below as an open fifth string. Now you can just play those simple triads in a really easy way under this. So what we get out of that, I've just taken everything up a whole step. I've got my A major here. Now with that A in the bass, we are playing a C sharp minor chord, but we're keeping A down there, so we get A major 7. And then what we're going to do next is take an E major chord, a triad, but we're going to keep A in the bass, and that's going to give us an A sus 9. And that's all there is to it. That's very common. A lot of times people call these ideas modal progressions because we're taking other chords and we're floating in the bass a constant bass tone that remains the same. Piano players love doing this as well, although they probably wouldn't be using these complex chord titles like the major 7 or the sus 9. Probably they would just be using slash chords where you'd have the chord title and then, you know, the bass note given as well with it. So it would be like, C sharp minor with A in the bass if you were doing, let's say, this one here. Or in our example, instead of calling it G major 7, they would call it basically B minor with G in the bass. And, you know, that's a perfectly legitimate way to go and set that up. But for us, it's, you know, as guitar players, we tend to view things quite often from the root note. And we are going to expand on this a little bit as we go to our next half of the lesson over on Patreon. I do hope that you'll join me there, because I want to show you some more triads of how they can sound under this bass note of G as well, and introduce some new concepts to you there. But I also want to do an application, like a real like song section application with you, so you can get a really good idea of how, you know, this can all fit together. And it does sound great. It has a real cool impact when you start using it in a more song format. So I look forward to catching up with you there next. It's at patreon.com/Creative Guitar Studio. And again, my courses and everything that I've got to do with the website and the curriculum that I've put together over the last 30 years can be found over at my website at creativeguitarstudio.com. So I look forward to catching up with you for the second half of the lesson over on Patreon and expanding these ideas for you further yet. If you're signed up as one of my $15 a month Patreon members, you'll get to watch a bonus video for the second half of this lesson. And in the bonus part 2 video, I'll help you apply this chord substitute idea even further by introducing a couple more chord substitute options, and we're also going to apply this to write a chord riff that'll be perfect for a song's verse or in a song's chorus section. Now, as a Patreon member, along with that bonus video, you'll also get jam tracks, and you'll also get to download a detailed PDF handout that shows you all the examples in both music notation and in tab. Plus, it also includes a number of additional tips and explanations that you don't get in the video lessons. So head over to my Patreon, become a $15 a month supporter today at patreon.com/Creative Guitar Studio. And guys, if you want to help support the channel even further, check out our Teespring store. The link is located inside the top pinned comment below. The store has all kinds of great guitar designs on t-shirts, sweaters, bags, hats, and coffee cups. All the designs and the prints are top quality. In fact, I'm wearing one of the shirts right now. Let me tell you, the fabrics and the prints are just fantastic. Go and check out the store, and if you're a member of the website, use your Creative Guitar Studio coupon code to get your members discount at checkout on Teespring. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you leave your comments and give the video a thumbs up below. And remember, if you're looking for a step-by-step guitar program that puts real tested methods into a proven guitar course, not just random YouTube videos, it's all available over at creativeguitarstudio.com. Plus, you're going to want to make sure you're seeing all my guitar lessons here on YouTube. So go and turn on those notifications, ring the bell, and subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, I'll be back here again real soon with another video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now. I have over 30 years experience teaching guitar, and I've written a well-organized step-by-step guitar course. Head over to my website at creativeguitarstudio.com and sign up for a free membership today. Join the thousands of members worldwide who have already enrolled. There's no need to learn the guitar on your own. Let me help you become the best guitar player you can be.